I don't have any reviews. I did go to Olive Garden on Saturday night, which was great.
Where you were family. Yeah.
I hadn't been in a while. I forget why I don't go more often. It is a phenomenal
There's like a
restaurant.
stigma around it, like that it's not something you should go to on a race weekend, but it is the best. I love the OG.
Yeah,
The OG.
It's even called the OG.
So it was the normal experience, right? The salad, it's always the same.
Banger. You got to get just the right amount of cheese grated on that.
Exactly.
Get your
the pepperoncinis, everything's good. Everything's
breadsticks.
awesome.
Is this like you guys go to carb load, or is this just
not really?
Just for something familiar?
No, it was across the street from the track. I didn't want to drive far. I wanted to have an early night, and it was either that or Chipotle, and I had done Chipotle the night before. So it was like, cool, we're going to all of them. So
elite athletes here.
Yeah. Well, bro, like it's rice and beans and some chicken. Like it's fun.
I'm just kidding.
Anyways, so Olive Garden is one of those restaurants, kind of like your Applebee's and your Chili's, that has that little tablet thingy that you can call your server, play games, pay on. So I always use the pay feature because it means less time,
less human interaction.
Less human interaction. Yeah.
So I press pay and I add the tip and everything, and my credit card's in my hand, and I keep pressing the buttons, and it's like, payment successful. Have a great day. And I was like, looking at my card in my hand that I hadn't put in the machine yet, and I was like, cool. So then I like email the receipt to myself because I'm like, did it somehow
like tap almost? It was close enough.
My card,
tap feature worked.
And sure enough, it was not my card that was charged. So I finally get the waitress over, and I'm like, hi, this didn't put my card in. It says like the bill's paid. And she's like, God damn it, this happens all the time. And reached in the back, and someone had left their credit card. So then they had to like get management involved to go cancel that out and then refund that person and then get the bill back in. And then they had to go like track down the person that sat at that table somehow, maybe, to give them their credit card back.
The irony that your move to limit human interaction ended up resulting in so much more human interaction.
Yes.
The other thing, they just nail it the whole way through, because after that incredible meal, you get your soup and your salad and your breadsticks, unlimited, by the way, to start.
I want to clarify, we're not paid by Olive Garden.
We are not in any way. But we'd like to be.
I would like to be.
I would take gift cards. I would take gift cards as payment for most things. And then you
anybody
get
listening,
whatever bomb ass pasta you get, and then they bring the bill. And what's in the bill, Alex? Little Andy's mints.
Oh, man, not enough restaurants do the Andy's mints.
They finish so strong with the Andy's. I love Andy's mints, and I always ask for extra, and I always get extra. So then I tip extra, and everybody leaves happy.
Well, that's why you're family. When you're there, you're family.
It's a hell of an establishment.
It really is. We should open an Olive Garden. There's one like not far from my house, and we never go.
Can we do that? Can we have an off-track Olive Garden?
Let's do it. Let's just next brunner after brunch, instead of ordering pizza, let's all cab up and go to Olive Garden. I mean, that's actually a really good idea.
Franchise opportunities.
Yeah, let's see how much it would take to get
a couple $6 bottles of wine in us.
Boom. Boom.
Well, that's the other thing that they do. They stopped doing it with COVID and everything, but anytime you go to Olive Garden, you'd sit down and they'd pour you a sample of whatever house wine they had. So you also got free wine.
Great point. So
guys, the franchise fee for an Olive Garden is only $30,000.
No,
guys, we're gonna be restaurateurs.
I have a restaurant idea that actually I want to talk about off the record so no one steals it, but we should all discuss.
I also already am partner in a restaurant, so maybe I should.
But this would be like your own restaurant.
Okay, all right.
We'll call it the olive plant area.
Olive,
good word, guy.
Planter.
Yeah.
The writer.
The place where the olives grow.
The Olive Grove.
Yeah, there you go. So I had an interesting travel experience. He had the restaurant experience. It's a restaurant experience that ties into a travel experience. So I was up in Vancouver last week before the Texas race doing some promo work for the Canadian E-Prix, the Formula E round that's happening in Vancouver on Canada Day weekend. And my brother-in-law, Evan, who the show is a big fan of.
Everyone's favorite Dalton.
Everyone's favorite Dalton. Thank you. So yeah, he's not too far from Vancouver, and so he came into town last night. I sort of finished in the afternoon working, and we were going to go grab dinner and drinks, whatever. We both had really early mornings though. I had a 7 a.m. flight, so I was looking at a 4:30 wake up call. Evan had like an 8 o'clock flight. He was just crashing in my hotel room, and we went out. It was St. Paddy's Day, but we're like, we got to be smart here. We're both up super early. I got to go down to work. The last thing I can do is like lose my voice because we went out to the bar till 3 a.m. Right. So we're like, let's be responsible. We had one drink. We went and grabbed tacos, and great little spot. Didn't overeat. Felt nice when we left. Didn't get dessert. Trying to be good. Get back to the hotel room. Throw on a movie. I start not feeling great. About an hour and a half into the movie. And Evan looks over at me and he's not feeling great either. And we did order the same thing at this restaurant. Let me just tell you what followed.
I have a feeling it was two grown men their brains out in a hotel room
and puking.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was regularly.
Did you make him get his own room?
No, it was. We didn't have time for that, Evan.
Let's
just say. Sorry, Alex. Yeah, we didn't have time for that, Alex. Evan and I are closer now than we've ever been, because where we were fully expecting. At some point to have like one guy in the sink and one guy in the toilet, or like one guy in the bathtub and one guy in the toilet. Our bodies managed to time it out that we were like tapping each other in. Like one of us would leave, like, all yours. All yours. And how the program usually went was you'd throw up into the toilet, which your brother-in-law had just been sitting on. And then immediately when you finished throwing up, you had to turn around and sit on it. And then you tag out, and then he'd come in and put his head in the toilet you just been sitting on. And then stand up, turn around. It was the worst, man. It was all night. It was like every hour.
You got lead with this. This is not the start of this podcast.
I'm trying to reward the people that hung on to the bitter end. So hang on. So we did every hour. So it's probably like 5 hours of this, right? And like, you're not sleeping in the middle. Like you're maybe getting 10 minutes here and there before something flares up, whatever. So my alarm goes off at 4:15, 4:30, whatever it was. Evan's like already awake. He's on his phone. He's like, yeah, this is just the worst day of my life. And he was on like Postmates trying to get, like Pedialyte and Gatorade and saltines, whatever, delivered to the hotel before we had to leave. So I'm getting ready, really just dreading the fact that I now have to get in an Uber, get in the backseat of a car for 30 minutes to the airport, where I then have to get on a flight for 4 hours to Texas. And I was like, this is going to be a disaster. I literally packed a spare pair of boxers and pants in my carry-on, just in case things got bad. And I stole the little plastic bag that comes in the ice bucket. I stole that. It was in my pocket for the Uber just in case. So the stuff shows up, like I'm about to walk out the door, and I'm like, I'm not feeling better. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not feeling like I have to just there's an impending doom trying to exit my body, right? So everyone's like, here, just have a little bit of Gatorade, just get something. And I'm like, yeah, totally. So I grabbed some Gatorade. I know not to chug it. I'm taking a couple little sips. I was like, all right, bud, I got to run. My Uber's here. Just one thing real quick. Ran to the bathroom, threw up all the Gatorade. And I was just like, this is not great.
And no one, by the way, nobody would believe you that you had food poisoning. Everybody would just be like, look, this amateur went out too hard on St. Patty's Day.
1,000%. You're the guy walking through the airport as slowly as possible, thinking you just had a big St. Patty's Day. We literally tried to do the right thing, and we got severely punished for it. But
I feel like the lesson learned here is don't do the right thing.
Exactly.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Because all of the bourbon and tequila would have killed it.
Exactly. Definitely would have killed it faster.
Oh, that's one of my favorite stories.
Yeah. No, it
I
was
didn't
Not even
say-
just because Evan's in it.
I didn't love it. But thanks for sharing.
Yeah. No, we're a travel podcast. So yeah, the
So
lovely
what's the name
people.
of this restaurant?
If you're in Vancouver, don't go to the taco place in Gastown. I forget what it's.
Well,
that
it's
makes sense.
Yes.
yeah, I know, right? It seems, now that I say it out loud, it seems pretty common. We should have seen that coming.
Was it more efficient since you have two assholes?
Yeah, probably. It was probably less. It was a faster release.
But more toilet paper is consumed.
More toilet paper consumed.
You need to get some bidets.
Oh God. No way. But yes,
Wow.
and just in case for curious minds, inquiring minds, I survived the flight. I didn't even need to go to the bathroom on the flight. There was nothing left in me. So,
And then you went and did a phenomenal job in Texas.
thanks, man. Appreciate it.